Anxiety and depression. Everyone seems to have it nowadays. I feel like we're in a generation of diagnosis, and mostly because we don't really talk about our issues or how to get through anything. What I've noticed is more people are becoming dependent on medication from doctors or pot or alcohol, and yeah, that'll get you through a little bit. If you don't understand what's going on and you don't talk through those issues, then it's just going to be an ongoing problem and you're not going to handle the situation like you should. Me, growing up and going through high school, and even still to this day, I struggle with anxiety and depression both. Here recently, I've gone through a major relationship change. I've lost a lot due to that relationship. I'm added on to a new job in the middle of it, and I just had a lot go on all at the same time. And I'm the kind of person who ignores everything and just acts like everything's okay and I can handle it all and nothing's going on, until I sit down for a minute and realize, hey, this is all too much for me and I can't handle it by myself. And it used to make me feel really weak to admit, oh, hey, I got something going on that's making me emotional. I don't want to tell anyone what I'm going through. But I've been to a few therapists. I've talked to them. I've done the EMDR. Now, anxiety and depression pretty much go hand in hand. They pretty much have the same symptoms depending on what kind of depression you have. Anxiety for me, I don't notice it until I'm like in the moment. And anxiety and anxiety attacks are completely different. Like, I'll go through the day and I notice, like, if I'm at my house, I'm just going through and cleaning everything and focusing on one spot. Like, I'll focus on the living room, for instance, and I'll scrub it completely clean, like floorboards, ceilings, everything. And I'll just go through the whole house like that. And now that I know what it is and I can call it out in myself, I know, like, okay, my anxiety is getting a little overwhelming. I'm a little bit overwhelmed. And if I was better at acknowledging what was going on, I'd sit down and think, okay, well, why do I have anxiety? What's going on? But I don't do that. So just throughout the day, that's kind of what I do whenever I'm at my house. Now, if I'm at work, I notice, like, I'm way more irritable. If somebody calls or somebody says the wrong thing, I just instantly get mad and I'm done talking, or I just instantly get an attitude. Depression, it's more complicated, and I'm not a doctor by any means. Don't listen to anything I say and self-diagnose yourself. I don't claim to know anything medical. I'm just telling you my experience and what I've read a little bit online. With depression, I notice that I get way unmotivated, and I don't have any desire to go to work, to get up, to go out, to go hang out with friends, anything. Like, I don't even want to go hang out with family whenever I'm getting depressed. And it's not like I want to kill myself depression. It's just like I'm tired and I just feel overwhelmed and I don't want to do anything. And sometimes it's even, I don't take a shower for a few days, or if I do take a shower because I have to go to work, I don't shave. And it's just like self-care. Like, I don't take care of myself whenever I'm depressed or feeling depressed. And it's not an emergency run to the doctor and go get a prescription, because most of the time I can work through it with myself and with praying. And a lot of the times it does take care of itself. And, I focus on the issue, or I call my mom and talk to her and talk everything out. It's not a cure-all. It doesn't fix everything overnight, but it does help me work on things. So I don't know if you've probably seen movies or shows where people have their manic moments, and like I was talking about, go through the house and clean everything or be really irritable. And it's just anxiety kind of triggers the manic. You feel like everything is ending. Like I said, depression, anxiety can hurt self-care. It can affect your job. I call in sick, and it's just, I can't get out of bed. Like, I can't do it. I can't force myself. And, you know, it's okay to have those days. It's not shameful. It's not, oh my God, you suck because you can't get up and you can't talk to anyone. Or if you cancel plans, like, that's okay. It's totally acceptable. And I feel like we're kind of getting to the generation where we're more accepting of, oh, you want to cancel plans last second? Like, that's okay, you know? Like, we understand you in the moment. Cool, yeah, like, let's go hang out. And then the next day, you know, I don't know what happens. The wind shifted. I don't know. I don't feel like going out anymore. And, you know, that's okay. Going to school, whenever I was in school, especially my freshman year, whenever my cousin died, man, that was so hard, getting up and going to school. It was almost impossible to get up and go to school and be okay. It was hard for me to go to school and act like everything was okay and just go through the motions and go from class to class. And sometimes, you know, it just got overwhelming. And then on top of that, you know, you have your friendships and everybody wants to go have fun. So there's times where I got invited to even just go hang out with friends and or go eat dinner with friends. I just didn't want to. I just didn't feel it. And that it's totally acceptable. It's totally okay. You just go through times where, you know, life's too much. It's too hard sometimes. So you just gotta take a break and take care of yourself. With depression, I notice more, when I get more depressed, I notice I gain weight. And I know it's unhealthy and I know it's not good. And like, that makes me feel worse about myself because it's like, man, you know, I should be working out and I should be eating good. But I just don't feel like it. I feel like eating Doritos and cookies at 2-3 o'clock in the morning. And I don't feel motivated to go to the gym. When I just go through anxiety moments or times where my anxiety is really high, I don't notice any weight gain or weight loss or anything like that. But like I said, depression, I do. With anxiety and depression both, I notice my sleep schedule really changes and really suffers. And right now I'm on nights anyways, so my sleep schedule is weird to a lot of people. I notice going to sleep has been really hard for me lately. And then I sleep good for about 3 or 4 hours and then I'm up and it's just, I don't know, like my brain, I just can't shut it off. And part of it is I wake up because, well, my dog Liza needs to go out and either I let her out or most of the time Bo does because I just don't want to get up. I don't know, like I said, you know, my brain just won't shut off and I can't get it to shut off. And I've taken melatonin, I've taken valerian root, I've taken CBD oil. It's not working for me. I know how to get through the attacks. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And I know how to handle things. And if you want to go see a therapist, perfectly fine. Like, I believe in therapy so hard. It works wonders. It worked wonders for me. With anxiety and depression both, it's hard to maintain a normal life. A lot of people understand that struggle, and if you start talking about it, you'll realize, hey, yeah, I do struggle with that. Okay, yeah, you do too. Like, you know, it's kind of a bonding thing. Like, everyone struggled with anxiety or depression at some point in their life, or they know somebody who has. And it's not just go to your doctor, go to a therapist, and boom, you're diagnosed, you have it, and you're cursed for life. I went through a period with my ex where I couldn't get out of bed. I got out of bed long enough to go to work, come back, and stay in bed. And I was just so overwhelmed, and I had so much going on, and I couldn't handle it. And that's whenever I went and saw my therapist and did the EMDR. Worked wonders. Absolutely big supporter of it. It kind of crippled me there for a minute, and I'm really glad that my job worked with me as much as they did. And I had so much time built up and such good coworkers that would cover my shift or trade me shifts, because it was a lot of work. It was overwhelming and it was extremely hard to get out of bed. Now that I'm in a better situation, I don't feel nearly as bad. Like, relationships and situations have such a huge impact on your life. I was in such a bad situation and a bad environment, and it caused my anxiety to be so bad. And now that I'm with a good person and in a good relationship and I'm in a good spot with my family, It's so much better. Like, yeah, I still have anxiety and I'm still kind of, I'm a little bit depressed right now. But it's so much better because I know that I have a support system that I can go to and I can talk to and be like, hey, this is what's going on with me. Just telling someone, hey, this is what I'm going through is so helpful. And that's what I want you guys to understand is, even though you're going through something hard, or, you know, you have an overwhelming situation right now, or, you know, school is getting really hard, or you have midterms coming up, or, you know, whatever deal you have going on, it's okay to be like, hey, man, I've got a lot of anxiety right now, and I'm feeling a little depressed. I feel like depression has such a negative term and a negative impact because we don't really understand what it is. And to me, depression is just kind of not feeling yourself and not feeling super motivated and just kind of overwhelmed. And like, yeah, right now I look completely normal. I'm perfectly fine. Like, I'm healthy. I'm okay. At the same time, like, I just took a 2.5 hour nap where I'm usually up all night. I'm just going through kind of a depression phase, and I think I'm going to go talk to my doctor and see, you know, what medicine is best for me to get through this point. And that's the thing with medicine. Once you're on it, you don't have to stay on it. I took medicine about a year ago that helped me through dealing with my childhood trauma. And so it got me through I think I took it for maybe 6-7 months. And once I went through enough therapy and got through it and was like, okay, you know, I'm getting better, I'm fine, I'm doing good now. And I realized that, and my doctor slowly took me off of it, and we watched, and, you know, I realized, like, okay, yeah, I'm good. I don't need to take that medicine anymore. And I think that's what people don't realize is you can take medicine, but that doesn't mean you have to take it forever. That doesn't mean, boom, you're stamped. It's okay because you're going to get through it. And especially nowadays, there's a lot of stress on everyone, and life is so stressful. And so, yeah, a lot of people are going to take medicine for it for a certain amount of time. For me, I'm not a huge medicine taker. I don't really like it, but I will if I need help. And, you know, you just got to be big enough to be like, okay, doc, I need help. With medicine, talking to friends, family, praying, that I feel like that's a good combination, and you're going to get through whatever you're going through. I'm a huge believer in praying and talking it over with God. I feel like once you pray, and you have to be not only listening, but have your eyes open, because there's so many signs that I've missed. And I always wait till I see three tells, like, okay, yeah, you've told me that 3 times, and the same thing's popped up 3 times. Like, okay, yeah, now it's time for me to listen. Here lately, though, he's had to pretty much put signs in front of me and roadblock me and be like, hey, this is what you need to do. You're not going down the path that I need you to. And that's me. I'm stubborn. I don't listen. And some of you may be like, yeah, Sam, that's me. So you got to pray, but you also have to listen. And that's my biggest flaw. I'm just kind of sharing my experiences with you guys, trying to help. I know that a lot of people are struggling with anxiety and depression right now. I know I'm kind of late posting a video. I don't really have a posting schedule yet, but like I said, haven't been motivated. If you guys have anything that you would like to see, hear, know, anything else, go ahead and comment below, DM me, follow me on Twitter. I'll post everything down below.